Y2K 18.01.25, 285 days until the midterm elections, approximately 2 weeks before the next government shutdown. Some ways, great and small, we are being screwed without being kissed. I already did the big ways, or some big ways. I mean, but now these are the small ways. The mallification, number one, of America. Every place that we go in this country looks like every other place. Drive on a highway, you know, you have those places where you're able to drive in for, you know, rest area. And instead of a rest area being run by a mom and pop place, it's being run by one of these franchise, corporate, scumbag businesses. So every place you go, you see, it's like almost like they take like it's like a giant size stamp that they're boom, 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 all over the country. In my mind, and when I was growing up, when you visited a place, it was different. Everything was different. Everything reflected the theme of the place that you visited. When I first saw New York in the early 70s, I thought, I mean, it was unpredictable, it was dangerous, could be scary, but it was great. It was unique. It was different. It was New York. It wasn't California, where I had come from. I mean, if I'm going to go any place on this planet to visit, I don't want it to be a carbon copy of where I live. Unfortunately, the corporations are making our entire planet into a giant-sized freaking shopping mall, except we don't have the dead people walking around eating us. We're just eating ourselves. Number two, small ways we're being screwed. The crazy all year round TV seasons. Wow. Come on. I mean, they want us to watch TV all year? Listen, when I was young, a typical TV season, it was the fall into the winter, and then in the winter time, some of the shows were canceled, and there were spring replacements, but there was not a new spring season, a new summer season, a new winter season. It just, that's how it was. And a TV series was typically what? 28 to 35 episodes? So that lasted a whole year. We didn't have a thing like today. We have like 22 episodes or 12 episodes or 10 episodes or 8 episodes or even 6 episodes for a TV season. Serial dramas, number 3, like the Game of Thrones, that start out big, end small. I mean, 10 seasons over the, you know, every year. And now they want to make sure that you pay more for the DVD set that's going to come out. So what do? They split the final season in half, where you got to watch the first half earlier in, you know, like last year, and you're not going to see the end of it until next year. What kind of crap is that? I say, folks, don't watch it. Tell them to go F themselves. Hey, what if I'm dying? Who's going to tell me how it ended? I mean, the older I get, the less patience I have with these, you know, serial dramas that go on and on year after year, because I may not be around for the ending. So this Game of Thrones thing, HB Blow, they can go screw themselves. And you know, anybody that's, you start out, to me, if you have a TV season and it starts with 10 episodes or 12 or whatever it is, it should stay that way till the end and not cut the final season in half and then split it where you wait a whole year, whatever it is, how HB Blow is doing. Number 4, most everything produced today is basically junk. I mean junk. I mean, check out everything made of plastic. I mean, The old 35 millimeters cameras, there was metal, there was plastic, but these digital cameras are all made of plastic, and they're all computerized. And if the computer goes down in them, you're screwed. I mean, you can't even get authentic Levi's anymore, except if you want to pay $80 or more for them. Everything is just pure garbage. I mean, look at when they make, like this thing. This is the key. Look at this keyboard. It's garbage. It's not made to last. I mean, this is what we're accepting today. The clothes we wear, the food we eat, the garbage. And now we have, of course, garbage running our country. Basically, garbage is running our planet, with few exceptions. 5, we do not have a manual shut-off. You know, you have a car, and it's computer, and something happens, something goes wrong, you can't go to manual override. So we don't have manual override. You can't go to it. That's why I never have a smart house. Who needs it? I mean, honestly, I have a watch now that's both analog and digital, because if the digital goes, at least I still have the analog. And I believe that we've gotten to a point where I believe that the machines are, and that the devices that we use are important to us, but we have to also depend on ourselves. Otherwise, we're going to become lazy, flaccid, Trumputin morons. Manual override. 6, I love this one. Now, everybody knows who watches my site. My vision isn't that great. In fact, I got 20/20 correct 20/80 corrected to 20/40 out of my right eye, and I have 20/800 corrected to 20/400 out of my left eye, which is basically blind. If you do not have perfect vision like I have out of both of your eyes, you can never ever enjoy the illusion of 3D movies and these immersive virtual reality. You put the goggles on. You will never be able to enjoy that. And those who sell these products never mention that. So if you're in a family and you have like a bunch of kids or whatever, and maybe one or two of them are not, they can't see out of them, they're not binocular, then I wouldn't suggest you buying the 3D TV or going to see 3D stuff, or buying something that the immersive stuff for the entire family when some of them can't even use it. 7, Hollywood never cared for the little people. As we're learning now, of course, if you were female and trying to get a job in Hollywood, you were being constantly assaulted by these creeps. Now, look at when you watch TV now, there are no more traditional end titles at the end of TV productions. No more. They either interrupt the end titles with some picture-in-picture advertising, whatever, or they simply speed them up. So they'll start the end titles, like I saw this on Boardwalk Empire. They start the end titles showing the main people, and then all the people underneath they're not as important, they flash through them like you have to pause it if you want to see all the people who made it. Could be one of your relatives. Everybody. The motion picture, movies, TV movies, motion picture movies, anything that's being, motion picture, motion image. There's a lot of people involved, and all of them should be given equal respect and credit. And when I see the way the little people who work on movies are treated these days, the way they rush through the end titles or ignore them, that pisses me the F off. And if these people didn't work to help put the movie out, the names of the people they rush through, the movie would never be produced. 8. And remember, when they increase image quality of movies that you see on TV, they do not at the same time digitally adjust the image. Now, The War of the Worlds, one of the greatest classic science fiction movies of its time. It actually won an Academy Award for special effects. Paramount Pictures didn't bother when they put it, transferred it into video, into digital images. You can see the strings now, the cables carrying the Martian war machines. Clearly see them. You think that when I sat in the movie theater I was able to see the cables like the way you could see them now? If you watch Star Trek, the way they improved the image, you can see like Spock's, like the outline of where the ears are put on. You can see sometimes these images and these pictures are so clear, you can see the sweat on the actor's head. Because sometimes they're working on their very hot lights. And they don't take the time, these movie producers, to respect the art and improve the image to make sure it's like the artists who created it wanted it to be. I don't want to see you being cheated. It's not a matter of like I'm an older person and these are the new times and there was the old times. You have one life to live, and I want that one life you live to be filled with quality. And by the way, you're being cheated these days once again. Big ways, small ways, being cheated every which way that there can possibly be cheated. And I'm here to go right in its face and expose it.